So we'll start off by creating a box. So I'll just create a box in here, around about 670 in length, maybe about 1.5 meters in width, and we'll make it about 900 in height. Something like that. So we'll just isolate this, and if we'll apply an edit poly, and select polygon. I'm just going to select the bottom face, and we're just going to move this up around 100. We'll do the same with the top face. Just pull that down about 100 as well. On the front face here, if you select this and go to Inset, we'll just inset around 20mm. And if you go to Extrude, we'll extrude this back. Something like this, 600, round about there, will be okay. So now with this face selected, just shift and drag on the Y-axis to detach it, so clone to object. We'll just select this shape, put the pivot to the centre, hierarchy effect, pivot only, centre to object. And under the edit poly, select edge. We'll select the two horizontal edges, and we'll go down to connect. We also want to go back to our polygon selection, and with the two faces selected here, go to Inset. At the top here, go to by polygon. So we're going to inset these by polygon. We'll just inset these around something around 10 to 12mm. And I'm just going to detach these two faces. So edit poly down to detach. Detach them, like so. So with this, we're edging here around these still selected. We will apply a shell modifier. And we'll just shell these on the outer amount, about 20mm. Like so. That's okay. So we'll apply an edit poly again. And in your front viewport, I'm going to select 1/2 of this. Like so. And just detach this as well. So if you select this object, and we'll put the pivot to the centre, and we'll just move it out of the way. We'll be missing a face here, but if we go back to edit poly, we can just bridge these across. So select the two edges and down to bridge. We'll have to do the same on the other piece of geometry. Select the two edges and just hit bridge. So now with these two shapes that we detached earlier, we just want to detach this one. And we'll just move this into the centre of this piece of geometry. And we'll do the exact same with this one. These will be our doors for the cabinet. So back to the cabinet, just going to chamfer some edges here. So on the inner edge here, we'll just loop our edge selection round, so all the edges are selected, and just chamfer this. 1.5mm is okay. And we'll just do the same on this edge too. So go to chamfer. Okay, that looks good. So we'll just select one of our doors and we'll move it back into position. Just put it just slightly inside, like so. And with the other door, we'll just pull this further back to give the impression of sliding doors. So you should have something like that. So we'll just select our main geometry for the workbench. Select polygon, and we're just going to shift and drag this top face on the Z axis. We'll just clone to object, and it's detached. So again, pivot back to the centre, and we'll apply a shell modifier. So we'll make this around 50mm, just nice and thick, like so, and I'm just going to snap it back down to the top of the bench. So if we apply and edit poly now, and just select all the edges, just going to chamfer these. I'll just add some segments to make them a bit more rounded. And as always, we'll apply a smooth, just auto smooth. That's starting to take shape. So now if we go to our top viewport, just going to create some small legs for it. So we'll just create a box just in the corner, something around 20 in length, 20 in width. I'll just say about 50 in height. We'll probably adjust this. Okay, so we'll apply an edit poly, and we'll just pull these vertices up to meet the cabinet. With all these top vertices selected, I'm just going to scale them like so. So move it back in, so it's sitting around about there. So we can now just get our edge selection, select all these edges, we'll go down to chamfer, and just up the segments on the chamfer. I'll just apply a smooth modifier here also, and auto smooth. In the front viewport, I'm just going to copy this across, shift and drag, and we'll just make it an instance. And we'll select these two, go to our top viewport, shift and drag on the Y axis, and again just make them an instance. Okay, so that's starting to take shape. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So we'll just end the lesson here, and in the next lesson we'll pick up where we left off and continue modelling the bench and the oven hood.